Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Tom Nappy alongside Steve Hain on the call for what should be a good TVL large battle. The Hillers are 1-0 on the season after an impressive win versus Norwood to start off the year. And Holliston looks to rebound from a tough loss to Medfield this past Tuesday night. But the TVL large rivalries continue right at the beginning of the season. And Steve, I expect this to be a physical game, seeing that these two teams, big rivals.
Big rivals, neighbors for decades upon decades. This should be an exciting one here. Second game of the season.
Thomas chatting up against Caden Dumas to start things off, and we are underway. Holliston with possession. Andre Koev takes it up. Holliston working right to left across your screen. Feeds the wing. Now back up top, Dumas. There goes Koev. Nice feed there, and a great block by Jack Iannelli. Inbound for Holliston. On the entry, Caden Dumas.
Oh, good steal attempt.
Zach Hyman getting in there. A big crowd on hand here today, which is good to see. I'm sure people are going to continue to file in. Austin Merkin with it. Ooh. Owen Vaughn not paying attention over there.
A little bit of miscommunication on the end there for Holliston. Turnover to the Hillers.
Hillers take it up the floor as they'll work around the perimeter. Chatton feeds it up top. Hyman. Hyman to the wing to Dessenroth. And it's stolen away as Vaughn comes up with the steal.
Oh, it's stolen back.
Here he goes. Feeds it over to Hyman for three. No good. Off the iron. Rebound Hillers along the end line. He was able to keep it in, but gives it up to Holliston. Nice attempt there by Dyson Roth. Up for the shot. No good. Merkin for Holliston. Hillers get it back. Dyson Roth. Now Iannelli. Hyman. Along the near side, that's Pantera. Sam Pantera, he'll be a player to watch this season. Pantera is in his junior year, and he's been with this varsity team since his sophomore season. He was a pretty big contributor last year. Dyson Roth on the entry, up for three, and we're going to get we're going to get an offensive foul, it looks like.
Yeah, we had an illegal screen there on the Hillers.
So each team with a foul.
Hopkinton picking up the full court press on defense.
Taking it up, Merkin feeds it over to Koev. Long pass to the top of the perimeter. Now Merkin taking it in, feeds the corner, up for three. No good by Owen Vaughn.
Good press break by Holliston, but no points.
Hiller is trying to respond with a three, and Dyson Roth drawing some big contact there.
That appeared to be on the three-point shot.
He is heading to the line for three.
I think the official signaled three with the hand there.
Indeed he did. Old Dessenroth, the senior. And one of the captains for this Hillers team. First free throw, no good. Well, we're about a minute and a half in, or a little over a minute and a half. No scoring yet, Steve.
Well, they're running. They're running fast. Okay, you only got two shots.
Ooh, I think he should have had three there.
Yeah.
I don't think they realized he was outside the perimeter. As that's how to knock down a play off of Caden Dumas. Hiller ball.
So far, both teams trying to run their transition offense and a pass right into the paint.
Pantera off the window and in.
Nice speed. Good assist by Iannelli.
Certainly was. And Pantera, that's a guy you want to get down low. He could dominate the low post for the Hillers. Up for three. No good is Owen Vaughn. Loose ball. collected by Dysonoff. Feeds it over to Chatton, driving in up with the right hand, count it.
Good control by Chatton. He goes strong to the basket, pulls up, controls himself, collects himself, puts it right in for the easy score.
Hillers off to a 5-0 lead. To the corner, up for three, and in goes Owen Vaughn. Long pass over to Hyman. Taking it in, spins around the defender.
Oh, shuffled his feet, travel.
Possession of Holliston.
Boy, we've got almost as many Holliston fans here tonight as we have Hopkinton fans. As you said, Tom, a very long-standing crosstown rivalry.
Absolutely. Should be a fun atmosphere in here tonight. Merkin with the underhand lay-in.
Coast to coast with a little kiss off the glass.
Iannelli. Chatton for three. Count
Oh!
it! How about Thomas Chatton, already 5 points. The Hillers have an 8-5 lead. Just under 3 minutes in.
We've got Dedajian making his first appearance in the game for the Hillers.
Full court pressure by the Hillers. Merkin works it over to Dumas down the lane, and we're going to get a foul.
A lot of contact there. They were trying to prevent him from getting the and one to the glass.
And they're going to get Dedajian with the foul. On the entry, Dumas. And you'll notice Coach Tom Keene's approach with the Hillers, it's a lot like a hockey game. He's quick to sub in and out and loves to rotate his roster.
Well, they like to run in transition, and so you need guys to have a lot of stamina, and it's early in the season.
Up for three, no good is Dumas. Hyman with the rebound. Bounce feed over to DeLuca. Back out now to Iannelli. Iannelli trying to feed it underneath. It's
tried to force
by
it.
Merkin.
Yeah.
Dumas over to Vaughn. Trying to feed it back. Loose ball collected by Vaughn. Up for the jumper. No good, but he draws contact.
Good persistence by Vaughn, and he had a good feed into the low post. Caught his teammate by surprise, but he gets to the free throw stripe for 2 shots.
Owen Vaughn with a 3 so far on the evening. Hoping to add more. First free throw, no good.
You know, when you're running in transition like both of these teams are early on, you get tired very quickly, and you need your legs to get the proper free throw technique. And he misses both.
Yeah, some high intensity right off the bat. Long feed underneath, up, no good is Simulus. Holliston has it. Merkin feeds it up the floor. Up for the lane, no good, Dumas. Knocked out of play, Hiller ball.
Both teams crashing the boards. You'll love to see that early on.
Iannelli with possession. Simulus. Feeds it out to DeLuca. Now trying to take it in. Dysonoff up with the right hand, draws the foul.
Good ball fake to the right side of the floor, and then he continues onward, draws the contact on the shot.
He'll make his second appearance at the line. He's 1 for 2. Make it 2 for 3 from the charity strike.
A little bit of heckling from down on the floor from the Holliston fans, but he calmly sinks the first of 2.
Oh, you'll get that all night long from both sides. Second free throw, no good. We have a foul on the rebound attempt. This is going to be against the Hillers.
They're going to say that DeLuca pushed off in his attempt to get the offensive rebound. So ball goes back to Holliston.
9-5, Hillers lead. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in this first quarter. However, with possession.
Full court pressure.
Over. You'll see a lot of that from the Hillers. Down the lane, up and no good is Frassinelli, and the Hillers have it. Good rebound by DeLuca. Taken away. Holliston gets it back. Here goes Merkin. Merkin trying to find an opening. Frassinelli. Over to the corner. Koev feeds it in, and no good on the shot is Zakruski. Hillers have it. Here comes Dadajin. Up
with the left hand.
No good. Hillers able to keep it. Is Dyson Rock there for the rebound? For three, no good is DeLuca. Merkin takes it up.
Hillers playing man-to-man. Tight defense.
Frassinelli feeds it over to the corner. Driving in, up, no good off the rim, goes Owen Vaughn.
Good screen by Frassinelli to no avail.
And Holliston not shooting too well early on in this game, but they're finding open opportunities. They start hitting some of those shots, they'll get right back in this game.
Yeah, Tom, they're running their offense pretty efficiently, and they're getting some good looks, but the shots just aren't falling thus far. And they get the ball back on a turnover.
We'll see if they can take advantage of it as Daly feeds it over to Frassinelli. Now to the wing, Merkin thought about it, takes a step in, launches it, no good. Collected by Dadajin. Dadajin around the defender, travel.
He did not get away with the frog step, did Dadajin. That's something that LeBron James gets away with 9 times out of 10, not in the high school game.
You're calling it tight tonight, Steve. Frassinelli over to the near side, Daly. Cross to Merkin.
Still in tight man coverage for the Hillers.
Daly to Zakruski along the wing. Taking it in.
Good defense.
Stripped away by Hyman. Simulus. And he's going to get wrapped up. We'll get a jump ball call.
It looked from here to be a lot of contact, but the official's angle, he saw that it was all ball. So he wrapped him up real good.
We'll take his word for it. Working it up court, Dumas. Trying to feed it up top. Hyman strips it away.
Good steal by Hyman.
Hyman with the quick hand. Feeds it in, up with the reverse. No good. Chatton. Holliston gets it back. How about Zach Hyman with those quick hands, Steve? Impressive.
Oh, my goodness.
Merkin.
And both teams just a scotch too hard off the glass time and time again early on. The shots just quite aren't falling, especially for the Holliston team on their away court where they're not as familiar.
Up for three, and no good is Dumas.
That rim is just a little bit thicker when you're away. Oh, and he lets the pass sail over the head of DeLuca.
Yeah, a little bit high there. I think a bit of a miscommunication, and it looks like we'll get a timeout. 1 minute, 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A 9-5 Hillers lead. So, Steve, this game just started off at a rapid pace. Both teams really hustling.
Yeah, this is our first break of the action, almost 7 minutes into the ball game. So impressed with the effort and the poise of both teams. They're getting their looks. They're getting some open shots. But the field goal percentage thus far is pretty low on both ends.
I'm sure as the game goes on, that'll certainly change. And the Hillers, they've done that quite a bit in the last few years. Start off a little slow offensively, but then they really start hitting, and we'll see if that'll be the case tonight.
And you never know who will get hot, who will get the hot hand, and then you want to feed that player and get the rest of the team involved with delivering the ball to him when the opportunity strikes.
And while we have a moment, speaking of Hopkinton and Holliston, they will meet up tomorrow on the ice at 8 p.m. over at the New England Sports Center. We'll have that game live for you right here on HCAM. Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity hockey off to a nice 2-0 start on the season. Dumas on the entry for the Panthers. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Merkin feeds it over. Dumas driving in.
Ooh.
Knocked out of play. Good attempt there by Iannelli to try to rip it down.
The Hillers have a really effective, crisp press break, but it has not yielded any transition points as of yet. They've only scored 5.
Dumas on the entry. Finds Merkin.
Oh.
Travel.
Yeah, Merkin shuffled his left foot a little bit too much, and the official called that an additional step.
Simulus into Iannelli. Feeds it over, Del Ponte. Hyman. Back to Del Ponte. Driving in. Kicks it out. Up for three. No good. Off the back iron goes Simulus.
Ooh.
Hyman strips it away. Driving in. Up and he'll draw the contact.
Great job by Hyman of going into the defender in a way where he was controlled and he drew the blocking foul.
Zach Hyman, he's going to be something to watch this season with those quick hands. Some great steals so far in this game. And he hits the first of 2 free throws.
Yeah, and the presence of mind to keep himself under control so that he doesn't risk drawing the charge. He put himself in a position to get the block and also gave him a chance at an and one. This is the second.
No good on the second, but the Hillers keep possession as they'll work it around the perimeter. Hyman. He scoops it out to Chatton. Back to Hyman. Takes it in, up,
Ooh.
no good.
Nifty move, but no points.
Here comes the Panthers. Koev with it. 30 seconds and counting left to go in the quarter.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Koev steps back, kicks it to the corner, up for three. No good is Dumas. Dumas struggling a bit from that corner shot.
That basket looking awfully small for this Holliston team.
Iannelli. The Hillers, they didn't start off too great shooting either. Starting to perhaps heat up a little bit as Pantera draws a push.
Yeah, he got pushed.
So that was Simulus drawing the push, excuse me.
Not yet in the bonus, so 3.5 seconds to get a good shot off for the Hillers.
Ponte on the entry.
Good feed.
And Tom Chatton able to finish. And that'll wrap up the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, it's Hopkinton 12, Holliston 5. A nice start for the Hillers. They didn't start off all that great shooting-wise, but it looked like started to heat up towards the end of the quarter, Steve.
What a beautiful side out of bounds play to end that quarter where they found the man streaking to the basket and able to put a little bit of extra distance between themselves and Holliston. And we'll see what the second quarter brings.
We certainly will, and we're going to try to get you some updates throughout the course of the night from around the TVL. A couple updates. We mentioned it earlier. The Hiller boys hockey team, they had a dominant win in their home opener over Norwood, 5-0. They're 2-0 on the season. Also yesterday, Westwood hockey taking down Ashland 3-1. And we'll try to get you an update from the Hiller girls who are over in Holliston tonight for what should be a great TVL matchup. High hopes for the Hiller girls team as well. But so far in this game, as we enter the second quarter, it's been Thomas Chatton offensively for the Hillers. 7 points for Thomas Chatton, the senior captain.
Yeah, only 3 seniors on this Hopkinton team, and Chatton is one of them, and he's certainly one of their leaders that they look to.
I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him throughout the course of the evening. Hillers start off with possession, second quarter underway. Chatton feeds it over to the wing. Del Ponte goes back over to Iannelli. Up top, Hyman. Now Del Ponte.
Good feed. Oh!
Great feed there, and guess who? Thomas Chatton with the finish. Full court pressure continues for the Hillers. Dumas over to the corner to Vaughn. Vaughn able to just get it out to Zakruski, and we're going to have some contact here.
Just a bit too aggressive on the part of Thomas Chatton there. They had him in the corner. He was able to dish out of it, and his teammate drew the contact.
That's his second foul of the game, team fifth. Both teams with 5 fouls apiece. So that'll be something to watch here in this second quarter. Up with the underhand, and no good is Zakruski. Loose ball collected by Pantera. Pantera feeds it over to the corner. Iannelli for 3, no good. And it's bad around Pantera, able to come up with a loose ball, but he's going to get called for the travel. And he wasn't too thrilled about that. He's hoping for the nice turnover there. Holliston trying to work it up court against this aggressive full court press by the Hillers. Rasanelli feeds it over. Zakruski. Around the perimeter they go. Koev up top.
Still in man-to-man defense.
Rasanelli down the lane, and we're going to have some contact.
I think that was another foul on Chatton.
Actually, it might have been on Cho. Connor Cho just recently hopped into the game. They're not putting it on the scoreboard tonight, so we'll do our best. Rasanelli hits the first free throw.
We, from our vantage point, are going to try to read the hands of the officials at a considerable distance afar.
You got your binoculars?
I do not.
On the second of two. No good. And we get a foul on the rebound, and they're going to get Pantera. And that is a team 7th on the Hillers. That's going to be a 1-and-1.
Already with just 1 minute and 15 seconds elapsed here in the second quarter.
The Hillers have hit the limit, and Owen Zakruski's at the line for a 1-and-1.
You know, on one hand, Holliston has effectively broken the press, but Hopkinton continues to apply that full court pressure because it hasn't backfired against them yet.
On the front end, no good.
Oh!
Wow, knocked out of bounds off of the Dajian.
The Dajian just could not quite control it. When the free throw hits the back rim, it's kind of a free-for-all, and that's what happened. The Dajian tried to rescue it, going out of bounds, could not.
Koev feeds it in, up and in goes Dumas. Tables maybe starting to turn a little bit, but the Hillers think otherwise as the Dajian pops it in off the window.
The Dajian briskly running the floor and getting rewarded.
That was a good response by the Hillers. Tables were just starting to turn, and then you hit the Dajian with a nice long pass, and he's able to respond pretty much immediately. Another foul here, though, against the Hillers. Dumas heading to the line. A 1-and-1.
There could be a lot of free throws here. We got 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
The Hillers, they
in and out.
have to look out for that for sure. He misses the front end. Good rebound there by DeLuca. Along the wing, Cho, no good, off the rim.
Ooh.
And we're going to get a foul here against Holliston. They're going to get Owen Vaughn with contact.
That was a fantastic hustle by Dessenroth to go to get that ball and pick up the foul in the process. He just streamed to the basket. Drew the contact.
Yeah, it was certainly a great effort. It pays off big for the Hillers as Holliston's at the limit. DeLuca feeds it up top. Ionelli feeds it over. The Dajian back to Ionelli, driving in. Knocked out of play, and he was hoping for the contact call.
Good hands by Koev on Holliston, but just couldn't retain possession.
Cho on the entry. Feeds it over to Dyson Roth. Over to the corner. Miller's trying to find an opening. Dyson Roth driving in. Ionelli to Cho. Cho with the pump fake, and then he puts it in.
Good decision by Cho. He had the open three, but he's like, that's not my spot. I'm going to get to my spot on the floor. He did, and he sinks the shot.
Connor Cho, a new face on the varsity roster this season in his junior year. And the Hillers up by 10. Starting to heat up a little bit, and with 5:36 left to go in the second quarter, we're going to get a Holliston timeout. They want to slow things down, make sure this game doesn't get too out of hand. It looks like the Hillers starting to heat up from the floor, Steve.
You know, basketball is a game of runs, and the Hillers just went on a little bit of a mini run there to pick up 4 unanswered. It's still anybody's ball game.
Certainly is, and I'd say that's a good timeout call before it gets too out of hand. Slow things down a little bit. Take a breather as this this game tonight's certainly going to be all about the hustle.
Well, the one thing that the Hillers have to be mindful of right from this current moment is that they got guys already getting into foul trouble. So it's good to play aggressive defense, and they play in that tight man coverage. However, they do need to be mindful about not getting excessive fouls that will put some of their best players in jeopardy of being fouled out later in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hillers, they are a physical team. They like to play that way, but there are instances where they do get themselves in some early trouble, but it seems like they maybe have calmed it down a little bit since the first minute of this quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams at the limit, so we'll see if the Hillers will get some free throws this quarter as well. Delponte in the Hyman. Now Dedejian up top, dicing her off. Driving in, Hyman, and we got a moving violation. Looks like they got him with the travel.
What a fantastic job by number 33, Dumas, to draw that charge. And you can see that Holliston's strategy on the defensive end is to clog the paint and make the Hillers take those outside perimeter shots.
The official going to get a towel, wipe up the court. The TVO Large girls basketball update. Medfield defeated Westwood 54-27 was the final in that one. And also Dover Sherborne defeating Dedham 32-23. And Norwood defeats Ashland 67-31. And we'll continue getting you TVL updates throughout the course of this broadcast. There's everybody in action tonight, the first real Friday night of the season. And an errant pass there from Merkin. It'll be Hiller ball.
Merkin kind of got caught between what do I want to do here? Do I want to feed to my teammate? Do I want to go up with it? And he just, unfortunately for him, passed it out of bounds.
Hyman over to Delponte. And a good one, a good game going on over in Holliston as Holliston leads Hopkinton by 1 at the half. As Hyman pops it off the glass.
Strong move. Leaves his feet, pump fakes, and right off the glass.
Right now in girls action, Holliston 18, Hopkinton 17 at the halftime break. Driving in, Frassinelli trying to respond, no good. It was tipped over by DeLuca. Good feed down court to Hyman from Dedejian. And then Holliston draws the turnover.
Yeah, the official's saying that it went off of Hyman's leg out of bounds, so he gets blocked, and then he also is the last person to touch the ball back to the Holliston Ball Club.
Full court pressure continues by the Hillers, who lead it by 12. Frassinelli feeds it over. Merkin for 3. No good off the back iron. And it's pulled down by DeLuca. DeLuca to the wing. Delponte feeds it underneath. Pantera going to draw the foul.
And once again, on both ends of the floor, we see both teams getting open perimeter shots that just are not falling yet at this juncture of the game.
We'll get Andre Koev with the foul. It's his first. Team 7th. Mitch Simulus at the line, the sophomore, younger brother of Charlie Simulus, who was a terrific athlete here at Hopkinton High School the past couple years. Second free throw for Mitch. No good.
Oh, but an offensive rebound.
Anthony DeLuca with the hustle. Delponte driving in. No, can't finish. Pantera puts it back and in.
Great follow-up with the left hand and off the glass. The little kiss and the touch.
And correction, it's Simulus.
Ooh, a lot of contact there.
I might do that a few times this year because Pantera was 32 last year, so. It's habitual. Owen Zakruski to the line, and Steve, the hustle of the Hillers paying off. They are always just so quick to get to the ball. They never let loose, and off of that, they've come up with some good turnovers and some points.
Yes, they have. They've jumped out to a 13-point lead, but once again, they need to watch those fouls. Already 10 fouls committed with over 4 minutes remaining in this first half.
Yeah, it is double bonus time for Holliston as Zakruski knocks both down. Hillers leading by 12. Hyman. Del Ponte to the corner. DeLuca up to Chatton. Launches a long three, and he knocks it down.
Steph Curry distance swish.
Koev feeds it over to Frassinelli. Back to Koev. I guess you'll have to call him the operator because he dialed long distance. Holliston trying to respond. No good by DeMoss. Del Ponte with the loose ball. Feeds it up to Chatton. Up top now. Del Ponte, no good. And a battle for it. And Holliston will come up with it as Koev able to rip it out. To the corner. Dumas trying to feed it up, and we get a steal. Del Ponte to the bucket, up with the left hand. Count it, and one.
Strong move to the basket. And showing the versatility with the left hand.
Holliston going to take another timeout. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. All Hillers really in this second quarter. They lead it 27-10. They've outscored Holliston 15-5, and this is impressive stuff, Steve.
Yeah, it's an impressive start for the Hillers, and it's once again a case of when you're the away team, it's just hard to sometimes find the bottom of the net. You're not used to the basket. You're not used to the court. And Holliston has had some opportunities, just the shots are not falling. That, to me, that's the difference in this game so far. It really has been a more competitive battle than the 27-10 scoreboard indicates.
It certainly has. Both teams playing very physical and drawing up turnovers. I would say the biggest difference is Hopkinton has really started to hit their shots. Holliston still struggling from the field.
Yeah, when you can stretch the half court like that with that deep three that we just saw a moment ago, that forces the defenders to come out further into the perimeter. That opens up more space down low and gives you more opportunities to score in a myriad of ways.
Another TVL boys update for you. Dover Sherborne leading Dedham 39-38 after 3 quarters of play. In this game, it's Hillers 27, Holliston 10. 3:10 left to go here in the first half. Hillers will have some free throws as Logan Del Ponte is ready to go. If the Hillers draw some fouls here and get to the line and they're able to take advantage of that, they could really provide themselves some good comfort heading into that second half.
A little bit of extra cushion is right, yep.
And he hits the free throw on the and one.
To complete the three-point play.
Full court pressure by the Hillers. Daly feeds it over.
Boy, they get back so fast to mitigate the 2-on-1 that disappeared in an instant. Good steal.
Certainly was. Knocked away by Simulus, and here comes Chatton to the rack. No good, but he draws the foul.
So Chatton gets to the line for 2 shots, but not only that, he puts the Hillers in a situation where all fouls from here on out to the end of the half, you'll be in the double bonus as the Hopkinton Hillers.
Both teams will now be in the double bonus.
Could be a long 2 minutes and 48 seconds, Tom.
It certainly could. Chatton hits the first of 2. What a night he is having so far. 13 points on the evening.
If you've ever watched sports with somebody who's not a sports enthusiast and they say, how much time is left in the game? And you say 2 minutes and 48 seconds. They say, yeah, right. And they have a point.
Especially in basketball. Merkin feeds it over to Koev. But we enjoy every minute, Steve. Up top. Zakruski.
I just wish it was longer.
Absolutely. Make him play a triple header, why don't you? And Panthers having trouble finding an opening. Koev going to drive in, hope to draw something up, feeds it to the corner, up for 3. No good off the back iron, but Koev there for the rebound. Driving in is Vaughn.
Oh, fantastic defense.
It certainly was, and that is going to be an offensive foul on Vaughn. That'll be his 3rd.
Connor Cho established position, got his body set and drew the charge. Great defense by Connor Cho.
Iannelli takes it up. And the Hillers, they lost quite a few seniors to graduation last year, but it looks like they've picked up right where they left off as Thomas Chatton puts it up and in with the right hand.
What a power move. Never in doubt.
Just under 2 minutes left to go in the quarter. We get a turnover. Oh, they're going to call it out, it looks like. Cho nearly had the turnover. I think they're going to say dribbled out of bounds.
That was a great steal by Willardson, but he inadvertently dribbled onto the side out of bounds line.
On the entry, Dumas. Zakruski. Panthers trying to open things up. They've been forced to take a lot of long-distance shots. Driving in, Merkin. Pops it over to the corner. Now along the wing. Up for three. No good. A little short on that one, but Merkin there to collect. Feeds it over. Driving down. That's no good. And Jack Iannelli wraps it up. Koev was hoping to finish it off there. And now Dyson Roth to the rack, but it's going to be an offensive charge.
They're going to say that Dyson Rath got him a little bit with the elbow. It was not an intentional elbow by any chance, by any stretch, but he did kind of clear him out just a little bit to commit the offensive foul.
Koev. Merkin. Corner is Daly. Dumas. Up to Merkin. Zakruski in the interior, and they'll go back outside. Driving in, and no good is Merkin. Yeah. And I think that was a bit of frustration being shown there.
Yeah. Zakruski aggressively went up for the offensive rebound, but instead committed the foul. And the ball goes back to the Hillers.
I don't know if they actually called it a foul. I think they might have just said he was playing the ball.
Wow.
Iannelli takes it in, feeds it underneath, up and in to Dajan.
Good vision by Iannelli. Great job by Dajan to get to his spot right underneath the basket.
40 seconds and counting left to go in the second quarter, and we're going to get some contact here as Dumas corrals in the pass, and he will head to the line for a double bonus opportunity.
And the way that you're playing right now as Hopkinton, you don't want to commit any more fouls in this final 40 seconds, because when you do that, you give the Holliston Ball Club an opportunity to get 3 points at the line, although he misses the first of two.
Right, you have all the momentum right now. Holliston has struggled, and you certainly don't want to put him at the line too much and allow him to start to get confident. He does hit the second. 33-11, Hillers leading. Great feed off the glass and in. Sam Dajan.
And there's yet another example, Tom, of Dajan getting to his spot right underneath the basket.
He's at the line for the and one. Dajan, only a sophomore. He's going to be a player to watch over the next few years. And he completes the and one. Merkin along the far side. Under 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
Shot clock is off.
Koev driving in. To the corner. Dumas. Back to Merkin. Good steal there by Iannelli. Dajan trying to feed it underneath, and it's knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Hillers.
A lot of the Holliston turnovers so far when they're trying to do cross-court passes on the half-court game, and it's getting stolen almost every time.
Connor Cho with the entry. Trying to feed it up top. Loose ball. Picked up now by Dajan. Dajan drives in, and no good. Willardson feeds it to the corner at the buzzer. No good on the three attempt by Dajan. Well, after 2 quarters of play, it's the Hopkinton Hillers 36, the Holliston Panthers 11. Hillers outscore Holliston, Steve, 24-6. What an impressive quarter.
Yeah, you know, the first quarter was really evenly matched, even though the Hillers had a slight advantage in the score department. In that second quarter, they clearly applied themselves to the max, and they picked up some momentum. They got a lot more easy shots going to the basket, into the paint, opportunities that put them up by 25 points at the end of the first half.
Well, we got a long way to go. Second half coming up in just a few minutes, but at the halftime break, Hopkinton Hillers 36, Holliston Panthers 11. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. We are just about ready for the second half. And as we enter the second half, it's the Hopkinton Hillers leading big over the Holliston Panthers, 36-11. Let's take a look at the first half scorebook, brought to you by HCAM Sports Talk, which you can catch every Wednesday evening at 5:30 p.m. Stay up to date on all the local sports with HCAM Sports Talk. For Holliston, Bobby Frassinelli with 1 point, Owen Zakruski with 2, Owen Vaughn with 3, Caden DeMoss with 3, Austin Merkin with 2. For the Hillers, Zach Hyman with 3, Thomas Chatton leading the way with 15, Cole Dysonroth with 2, Sam Pantera with 2, Sam Dedejian with 7, Logan Del Ponte with 3, Mitch Simulus with 2, Connor Cho with 2. Tom Nappy alongside Steve Hain as we are just about ready to get into the second half. And Holliston, they'll have some work to do to try to get back into this game, Steve.
Yeah, they need to more than triple their current point value if they want to reemerge as a contender in this one, Tom. Do you think they have a chance?
You never know.
Hey.
You got to play till it's over.
As my dad would say, that's the beautiful thing about sports. You never know.
Exactly. Couple TVL updates. The Medway boys defeated Norton tonight, 47-39. And Dover Sherborne with a nice win over Dedham, 57-39. And in girls action, Norwood over Ashland, 67-31. And Westwood leading Medfield boys, 52-49 after 3 quarters of play. Panthers with possession to start off the quarter, and we are underway in the second half. Nice pass inside. Domas trying to work around. Merkin turns around, up for the shot, no good. Hyman collects. Hyman taking it down, it's knocked out. Fouled. Through the contact.
Yeah, Merkin kind of grabbed him on the right side right there.
It's going to be, I believe, his first. Hillers hoping to continue right where they left off. Pantera around the defender, and he draws the foul. He's going to the line.
A nice Kevin McHale kind of move there. Fakes to the left, pivots to the right, up strong, draws the contact.
Good game going on between the Millis boys and Bellingham. They're knotted up at 38 apiece in the fourth quarter. 1st to 2 for Pantera. Got it. Second of 2, no good there. Rebound Chatton. Nice feed, up and in, plus the foul, Sam Pantera.
Zakruski did push him from behind. Gives the Hillers a chance for 4 points on this possession.
Right. And they'll all go to Sam Pantera, and they will. He hits the 4th point.
And the Holliston fan base remains unperturbed in attempting to throw off the Hopkinton free throw shooters.
I think the Hillers are trained to deal with distractions. Up and no good is Dumas. And here comes the Hillers. Dyson Roth up for 3, no good. Hyman trying to keep it in and was just a little bit late.
Good athletic attempt by Hyman to try to rescue that ball, but it hit the baseline before he could corral it.
Here comes the Panthers. Their work cut out for them. Hillers continuing the aggressive defensive approach, and it's paid off big. On the elbow, Zakruski gets it over to the wing. Akoev down to the corner, up for 3, and no good is Vaughn. Holliston has struggled big outside the perimeter. Good feed to Chatton, who will draw the foul.
It was a good feed, but he was also out of control, and he was the one that committed the charge.
Oh, they get Ionelli.
Great vision, but just couldn't quite control his body.
It happens like that sometimes.
And Coach Keene throwing a little bit of a wrinkle in here. We're seeing a little bit of a zone defense from the Hillers to begin the second half.
Yeah, I think they're going to take probably a lesser aggressive of an approach with a very comfortable lead. Up for the three and knocking it down, Owen Vaughn.
Finally, a perimeter shot falls for the Panthers.
Pantera able to keep it in, but intercepted by Vaughn.
Bit of an errant pass to Pantera. He tried to rescue it, but could not.
Merkin with the fadeaway, no. Loose ball collected by Ionelli. Ionelli down the lane, good feed to Pantera. He'll draw the body contact. We're going to get Zakruski with the foul.
For the Hillers, both Pantera and Dedejian have been getting to really effective spots in the low post. And they've been giving the guards, like Hyman and Ionelli, real easy targets to get easy baskets.
Yeah, I think those two are going to be the ones that you rely on in the low post throughout the season. First shot, no good by Pantera.
When you can establish that position as a big man down in the low post, you make it a lot easier for your guards and you give them a big, wide target to get that basketball.
Second of two. Got it. 41-14. Hillers leading with just about 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Here comes Koev. Over to Frassinelli. Along the corner now is Dumas. Back up to Koev. Koev trying to find an opening. Over to Frassinelli. Koev for three. No good. Swatted in the air, taken by Holliston. Up for the shot. Vaughn, no good. Pulled down by Dysonoff.
Boy, the shots are not falling for the Panthers.
And that was a good opportunity there for the Panthers to get a little bit of momentum. But they could not as Ionelli feeds it to Pantera, and in he goes. Plus the foul. Another and one drawn up by Sam Pantera.
Pantera just powerfully leapt off of his feet, almost like he could have attempted a slam dunk with that amount of velocity. Picks up the foul.
And he was relatively quiet in the first half, only had 2 points, but already in this third quarter, he is racking them up. He already has 8 points in the quarter.
Just a real smooth drive to the basket.
Koev trying to feed it in, and it's a turnover. DeLuca there to collect. Good passing here as Chatton gets it to the corner now up top. DeLuca feeds
wide
it over.
Open.
Pantera, wide open three. Can't take advantage. Hiller rebound. Good rebound by Dedejian. Ionelli gets it to Chatton. And I think the official giving a warning to Sam Pantera as well as Caden Dumas as they're getting a little physical.
Double foul, yeah. Double foul on the floor.
Don't see that too often. So we'll get Pantera and Dumas.
Couple of big men jousting for position, and the official gave them both the off-ball foul.
Simulus on the entry. Chatton. He's looking for DeLuca. It's taken away. Koev down the lane around the defender off the glass.
Oh.
No good. It does not fall in. And we did get a push against Holliston on the rebound attempt.
And one discrepancy that I've noticed is that Hopkinton is running the floor better than Holliston is, and that's leading to more transition baskets for the Hillers. And even when the Panthers get a steal, there's not a big man down there running the floor to the same degree to get those easy buckets.
And that is already the 7th foul by Holliston. So Hillers will be in the bonus for the remainder of the half, which is something that Holliston certainly does not need right about now.
44-14 Hopkinton.
Simulus feeds it over to Dedejian. No
in
good.
And out.
And Vaughn collects.
4:23 on the clock in the third.
Koev Over to Frassinelli.
Good steal.
Great steal there by Ionelli. Feeds it up to Dajin with the finish. He has 9 points on the evening. Oh, wait, are they wave it off?
I think they called a technical foul there, Tom.
Looks like I don't know who they're teeing up. Perhaps the sideline or the coach. Huh.
It looked like they gave the tee to Dajin. Maybe there was some words said we certainly couldn't hear from here, but the official promptly did hit him with the technical foul. You could see the motion with the hand, the horizontal hand, the vertical hand coming together in the shape of a T.
And Owen Vaughn at the line hits the first.
You don't want to do that because that gives Holliston some life, even though they're down 22 points.
Right.
32 points.
Things getting a little chippy out there, Steve.
Yeah.
Vaughn misses the second, but it'll be Panthers' ball with the technical foul call.
And the Hopkinton fan base does not like that technical foul, and you can hear it from them over to our left in the gallery.
Koev. I'm just curious to why it was called. I guess we'll find out later on. Taken away, here goes the Dajin, and he lost it, but it was off of Koev. Hiller ball. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Hiller's leading big, 46-15. But the pace of game has slowed down a little bit with some foul calls and the technical.
Some extracurriculars, as they say.
Right. Ionelli driving in, kicks it out. Del Ponte along the baseline. Feeds it to the wing. Simulus.
Wide open shot.
Ionelli for three. Knocks it down. Nothing but net. 49-15 Hillers. Merkin with it.
1-2-2 zone for the Hillers.
Up top, Daly.
Ooh.
And it's bobbled by Dumas. Out of play it goes.
And give credit to Jack Ionelli for creating that turnover by deflecting the ball and altering the course of that pass such that Holliston did tip it, but it was too high for them to contain.
DeLuca on the entry. Here comes the Hillers. Willardson with it. Now Del Ponte feeds it over to Dajin. Simulus back to DeLuca for three. No good. Pulled down by the big man, Logan Schmid. Holliston trying to find an opening. Over to the corner, up for three. No good by Vaughn. Loose ball. Vaughn grabs the rebound, drives in, and puts it in.
Good persistence by Vaughn, and the Hopkinton needs to do a better job of crashing the boys on defense.
Vaughn has 9 points for Holliston. Fed over to Simulus for three, and he knocks it down. What a response by the Hillers.
The Hillers' outside shooting is heating up.
Certainly is. Unstoppable at the moment. Knocked away, and
he stepped out of bounds. It was not called.
Vaughn up to Daly for three. No good. Pulled down by Merkin. Schmid up, no good. Hiller's ball. Taking it up, Simulus feeds it up top for three. No good by DeLuca.
This 1-2-2 Hopkinton zone is just suffocating the Holliston Panthers on their offensive half-court game.
It has certainly worked well. And Holliston continuing to struggle from the field. Daly. Dumas feeds it in. Schmid. Count it.
Good job by Schmid.
There goes Willardson. Just under 1:30 left to go in this third quarter. Kick out by Del Ponte. Simulus trying to squeeze between two defenders, draws the contact. It pays off.
Contorts his body into a bit of a corkscrew, going right to left to the basket and draws the contact. Another thing that Hopkinton has improved on in this third quarter is the foul game. They've only committed 4 fouls, a departure from their foul struggles in the first half. If they struggled in one aspect, it was with committing too many fouls. And on the other side of the ball, Holliston has already committed 8 fouls with 1:17 yet to go in this third quarter.
Simulus has 6 points on the night, trying to add another. No good. Schmid with the rebound. Well, this is kind of a statement, I would say, by the Hillers here at the beginning of the season in your second home game after you took down a good Norwood team. It has been a dominant performance against the Holliston Panthers. Hiller's going to work it around. Simulus feeds it out. Willardson from the elbow, no good. And nice recovery there by Simulus, who scoots it out and knocking it down, Logan Del Ponte.
And you see how dangerous they are when those perimeter shots are falling. They weren't even falling in the first half as they built that strong lead, and now they're just kind of blowing it wide open.
And that is at the exact wrong time for the Panthers, that's for sure. Drawing the foul there, Evan Salem.
And that is a shooting foul, so he will get to the line for 2 shots. 35 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
He hits the first. Hiller's next game will be on Tuesday, December 20th. They'll be at Ashland. Nice crosstown rivalry game. As second free throw there, no good. Will be here on December 20th for the Hiller girls game as they host Ashland. That game scheduled for a 6:30 tip-off. Salem hits the third.
That was a lane violation, resulted in an additional free throw, which he sank.
Correct. So he went 2 for 2. Here comes the Panthers. Up and no good is Salem, but he draws the foul.
Yeah, smart on the part of Salem to kind of control his body and kind of picked up a weak foul where he gave himself an opportunity for an and one, gets 2 shots to the line. And now you hear the Hopkinton fan base trying to throw him off of his game as he completes his free throw baskets.
There it is. And it didn't work that time as Salem hits the second.
Sounds like a Halloween exhibit.
Yeah, it's always fun to hear the back and forth between the two fan bases. Simulus driving in, up, count it.
With the left hand, a little kiss off the glass.
Oh, Mitch Simulus in this third quarter. He has 6 points in the quarter. Up and no good is Merkin, but we have a foul. Simulus with 8 overall. Austin Merkin at the line. Team 7th for the Hillers. 3 seconds left in this third quarter. Hillers up big, 58-22. Merkin no good on the first.
See if Coach Keene decides to go a little bit more to his bench in this fourth quarter with a very comfortable lead.
Second, no good. Up at the buzzer, no good is Simulus, and that'll do it for the third quarter. At the end of 3, it is Hopkinton 58, Holliston 22. And Steve, there's really not a lot to say. It's just been domination by the Hillers. Their shooting has been on. Their defense has been on. They've drawn up turnovers. And the Panthers, they've struggled from the field at the absolute worst time. When the Hillers started knocking down those threes in the third quarter, Holliston just couldn't respond.
That's a really good point, Tom. And we did see in the third quarter, finally Hopkinton heating up from outside of that three-point stripe. And that's got to be frustrating for Holliston because they have been playing aggressive, effortful defense throughout. But when the outside shots are falling, you really have to pick between two evils. And that was a quarter where Hopkinton really demonstrated their dominance on both sides of the ball.
They certainly did. And we'll see what's in store for this fourth quarter. But as you mentioned, I'd imagine we'll see some of the bench players get into the action. But Hillers, they really don't have too big of a bench, I must say. They only got 12 on the roster. You could have up to 15, but a 12-man roster right now for the Hillers. And pretty much every name that you see on the roster has gotten good playing time tonight, and that says a lot about this team and the versatility.
Absolutely, and it's nice to see Coach Keene getting everybody involved and everyone really contributing with only 3 seniors on this ball club.
If you got a whole team that you could use at any given moment, that is certainly a good sign of things to come this season. Up top, Bond. Working it along the baseline, Merkin feeds it over, up for the long 2, and no good is Daly. Good rebound there by Reisenberger. Simulus taking it in. Count it.
Simulus using his body, driving baseline, going up with the left hand to shield the defender, and gets a great angle off the glass and in.
Merkin up top. Feeds it into Schmid.
Good feed by Schmid.
Certainly was. Evan Salem able to finish. Connor Cho knocks it down. And was that a long 2 or a 3? It's a 3.
Sweet stroke from beyond the arc.
His foot was just behind the line there. Merkin feeds it over. Daly back to Merkin. Up for 3. No good. Batted by Schmid, but it's collected by Simulus. Here comes the Hillers. Cho feeds it over. Willetson for 3. Count it! Everybody's hitting from three-point land for the Hillers tonight. Just tremendous shooting in the second half.
And we're now at 66-24 Hillers with 6:19 remaining.
Kick out to Daly, over to the short corner. Up, no good is Salem.
Yep.
And it's going to go Hillers' way. Don't forget, Hopkinton Hillers, Boys Varsity Hockey, tomorrow night, right here on HCAM, an 8 p.m. face-off between the Hillers and the Holliston Panthers here on HCAM. We're going to get a foul.
I believe that was on Schmid for the Panthers.
Hillers will have the entry. Well, it's certainly been a frustrating game for the Holliston Panthers, but if you're Holliston after this, you'll pick yourself up, dust yourself off. You got a long season to go.
Yeah, it's only your second game of the year, so you're going to be 0-2, but there's a lot of room to switch things around, to get some wins under your belt. But it does have to be frustrating for the Panthers to have so many outside shots in and out, just barely missing. They're probably 1 for about 17 from beyond the arc. At some point, it has to be frustrating.
And Willetson hits both of the free throws. We're going to foul here against the Hillers. That'll send Merkin to the line. Exactly 6 minutes left here in this fourth quarter.
And if you're Hopkinton, you also want to use these last 6 minutes to improve and focus on some of the things that you can do better, like less fouling, a little bit more controlled on the defensive end, and just kind of fine-tune some of those aspects that you could do a little bit better as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As rejected as Smith, Hillers have it. That was a great defensive play there by Dedejian, able to reject the Holliston shooter. Dedejian takes it in, feeds it out. Willetson to the corner. Reisenberger, no good. And I think they're going to try to get Reisenberger a basket and probably DeLuca. They're the only two that aren't in the scorebook yet for the Hillers. Up for the lane is Daly, and he'll draw the contact. And when you're up by 44 points, you could do that. Pass it around, try to get everybody in the scorebook, have some fun.
Yeah, and Chatton had position, but then he kind of leaned a little bit. When you have that position, you want to just stand firm. If the referee sees you just moving a little bit, you're more likely to get that blocking call rather than drawing the charge.
Daly hits the second. Here comes Willetson. Driving in, up, count it, plus the foul. Cooper Willardson, the sophomore, out there in the fourth quarter putting on a show. He has 7 points.
Leaps into the air, and at the high point of his jump, he releases a high arcing kiss off the glass.
And one, no good. Here comes the Panthers. Merkin down the lane, feeds it to the corner, up, no good. Hiller ball, Reisenberger pulls it down.
Good feed.
Willardson, up and in. He keeps playing like that. I think you're going to see him a lot more this season. Impressive stuff by the young Cooper Willardson.
Nifty left-handed feed by Del Ponte.
Merkin drives the lane, feeds it to the short corner. No good is Smith. Ball batted down. It's loose, picked up by Merkin. A good battle for it here.
Bodies
The Hillers
colliding.
end up with it, as Del Ponte ended up with it. Willardson draws the foul. I'll give it to Cooper Willardson. Let him take it inside, and it is working time and time again.
And at this stage of the game, you like to see all your guys get in on the action. Everyone get a point. Everyone get a little bit of a stat line, and everyone has contributed, but they get to feel a little bit more like they contributed when they have a couple of points to their name.
Absolutely. Second free throw, no good. 0 for 2 from the line that time is Willardson. Merkin with it. Trying to fire it underneath, and Schmidt ends up with it. No good. Put back, yes. Aiden Daly. For 3. No good. A little short there by Reisenberger. We have a TVL update. Medfield girls defeated Westwood 54-27. Big win by Medfield over Westwood. And in boys action, Westwood over Medfield 67-59. Up, no good, Merkin, and it's pulled down by Gadagian. Gadagian feeds it over. Del Ponte driving in up with the left hand. Can't finish. And it looks like we have a foul on the steal attempt by Cho. Holliston's going to the line with 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Don't forget, every Wednesday evening on HCAM, it's must-see HCAM TV. It all starts with HCAM Sports Talk at 5:30 p.m., followed by HCAM News at 6:30, and our brand-new Hopkinton Weekly at 7 p.m., followed by our Premiere of the Week at 7:30. That's must-see HCAM TV Wednesday evenings right here on HCAM. A 72-29 lead for the Hillers. And Merkin misses on the second free throw. Holliston gets it back. Schmid, no good. And the Hillers have it, collected by Cho. DeLuca, and stripped away. Feeds it over to the corner. Daly up for the jumper, yes.
Nice, going to his weak side. He stops, pops, and hits.
Willardson. Around the perimeter they go. Driving into the corner. DeLuca, no good. Gets it back, driving in, up, count it, plus the foul. Anthony DeLuca in the scorebook for his first time tonight.
Great effort by DeLuca, because as he was attempting that missed three-pointer, he fell back, but then he pursued his own missed shot. Dribbled right around the defender, baseline drive, in it. Basket counts, and the foul.
Well, if you had all Hillers on your fantasy basketball team tonight, you're getting some good points.
I just don't do fantasy basketball. It's all Greek to me.
I know. I only do football when it comes to fantasy.
I don't do that either.
It looks like we're going to get a timeout here before the free throw. Maybe ice the shooter a little bit for the Panthers. A 74-31 lead for the Hillers. And they have just hit their shots nonstop in this second half. I mean, they already were dominant in the second quarter. It really started the second quarter. The Hillers nearly perfect from the field from the second quarter on. And they just came ready to play here tonight.
And the reality is that the Hillers have missed a lot of their shots, but they've just made enough, and they've shot a decent enough percentage from the field that they've amassed a gigantic lead, which kind of, unfortunately for Holliston, speaks to their inability to hit some of these outside shots tonight.
Yep, from the elbow, no good is Merkin. Hillers have it. Let's see if they'll try to get Reisenberger in the scorebook. Working it around. Cho feeds it up. DeLuca, Willardson up for the jumper. No!
Ooh.
Just falls out. Merkin down the lane.
Oof.
Can't finish. Ponte pulls it down. Cho takes it in, feeds it. Willardson along the wing. DeLuca. Willardson along the baseline, up, count
Nice. Nifty move underneath the basket. Switches to the right hand from the left and kisses it off the glass.
With it is Merkin. Up for three, no good. Battle for it. Smith able to just pull it away from Cho. Salem for three, no good. Pulled down by Merkin. Trying to put it back, draws contact.
Nice little pump fake by Merkin to draw the contact, get himself to the line for a couple of points here. We got a score of 77 Hopkinton, 31 Holliston with 1 minute and 46 remaining in this ball game.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen 77 too many times in these games. Impressive stuff by the Hillers. No good on the first of two for Austin Merkin. Second of two, got it. Well, it was Thomas Chatton who dominated in the first half with 15 points, but he has no points in the second half and hasn't been in the game much because this secondary group for the Hillers has been doing absolutely terrific.
Yeah, they've really spread out their offensive firepower, giving everybody a chance to touch the ball and shoot, get some points.
No good, Del Ponte. Along the baseline, up with the reverse. No good, but he draws the foul. Drew Reisenberger heading to the line with a chance to get in the scorebook for his first time tonight. If he hits, the whole team.
Yeah, and you can hear the Hopkinton fan base, Tom. They're cheering this guy on. They want him to score some points. He misses the first, however. The fans know who scored and who hasn't, and they want everybody on that scoreboard.
Absolutely. Oh, can't finish. Panthers take it up. Dumas feeds it in. Loose ball. Picked up by Cho. Minute 12 and counting left to go. Along the wing, Del Ponte. Willardson. Puts it in the interior. Up. No good is Reisenberger. Daly takes it up. Driving in, Frassinelli. Count it.
Good drive by Frassinelli. Ball fake. Pivots. Takes an extra step. 2 points.
Willardson back to Del Ponte. Cho. 30 seconds and counting left to go. Hillers going to win big here tonight at Hopkinton High School. Daly to the rack. Count it. The Hillers could pretty much just dribble out the clock. Maybe they'll try a buzzer beater for fun. We shall see. It looks like they're just going to dribble it out and walk away with the 77-36 win over the Holliston Panthers. An extremely impressive performance by the Hillers here tonight. They outscore Holliston in the first quarter 12-5, in the second quarter 24-6, in the third quarter 22-11, and in the fourth quarter 21-14 to come away with the 77-36 win. Steve, it was just pure domination by the Hillers here tonight.
It really was. From about 2 minutes left in the first quarter and throughout the remainder of the game, what you just saw was a plethora of offensive options for the Hillers. Not as apparent in the first half, where, as you said, Chatton just went off and scored 15 points right away. But in that second half, you saw multiple players on the Hillers showing their offensive prowess, getting three-point buckets, getting interior buckets, getting to that spot in the paint to have the easy layup, and just a great all-around team win for the Hillers, Tom.
Well, that is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. A big thank you to our crew, John Ritz, Mary Arnott, and Kaylee Kennedy. For my broadcast partner, Steve Hain, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Hillers defeat Holliston and win big, 77-36. Take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.